What's up, people? It's your man Joshua Pondexter. Welcome to the show. Um, it's noon time, Central Standard Time in Chicago. And today we're going to be talking about investing 101, a beginner's guide to grow your money, right? So this is assuming that you have a job. This is assuming that you have business. So this is assuming that you have earnings so you can grow your money. All right. So that's a major assumption. So this is a beginner guide. And so we're going to focus on um, asset at a time, right? So there's three major assets that you can make money or invest your money. You can invest it in the stock market. You can invest it in real estate, or you can invest it in a business. So we're going to talk about the financial institutions. So, excuse me, as our topic states here, uh, understanding the intricacies of the America's financial institutions and their products, banks, life insurance companies, investment banks. So these are the places that once you earn your money from your job or from your business, that you're going to take to grow your money, right? So these are our options that we're going to talk about today, right? So all these industries designed to create wealth for you, right? So you want to know that before you go dealing with them, right? So two major impediments to wealth accumulation: taxes, income taxes, sales taxes, excise taxes, property taxes, business taxes. So this is the major impediment to building wealth. Income taxes, both state and federal, right? Municipal taxes. So there's a lot of taxes to consider. So this is an impediment for you building wealth, right? And then the second impediment, major impediment, is fees, fees, fees. All products have fees. Therefore, they must be reduced, right? So if you're going to engage with someone to grow your money, you want to get the best possible fee structure that you can and the best advice that you can get for that money. All right. So those are two major impediments. The banking system, right? Started in 1791. These are the products that they offer: checking, saving accounts, right? So they have money market accounts, certificates of deposit. So this is the bank, right? So the bank is the bank. The bank has not really changed its operation, its motives of operandi since Jesse James was robbing them, right? So uh, hey, I think the banks is a place for you to keep your current cash that you're going to utilize to pay your bills, your monthly, quarterly, annual bills. It's a good place to have an interest bearing checking or savings account, money market accounts, and CDs because of the inflation crisis. Have now some of them are getting 4 and 5%. In the short term, not going to be forever giving you that much, but we have never seen anything like that. You go back 40 years ago, you could probably get 8 to 12% in a CD. Well, in our lifetime, we haven't seen that, but 4 to 5% is a good interest rates from the banks, right? So interest bearing saving account, money market accounts, certificates of deposit. So these are the products that they have. And do understand, when you put your money in the bank and you earn interest, you are creating more taxes, right? And the major impediment to building wealth is taxes and fees. So if you put your money in these checking accounts, these savings accounts, these CDs, do realize that you are creating more taxes. The life insurance company, they started in 1706 um, AD, and this is their major products: life insurance, annuities, right? So life insurance is something that you utilize to protect your earning, because if you start out on your job, you go to high school, you go to college, uh, get out, get you a nice little job. Um, in your job for 3 to 5 years, you get to earning a decent amount of income. You get to that $100,000 a year earner. You figure, hey, I want a family and I got plans to build wealth and build a legacy. Hey, you need some life insurance. You need 1 million, 2 million to cover you in the event that you come up missing in your plan. And then your plan can continue um, financially, you know. Well, that's annuities. Annuities or contracts between life insurance companies. And they say, hey, listen, you bring us X amount of dollars. We can protect that money. We can guarantee that money and we'll give you a certain amount of interest, right? So that's a product that the life insurers offer. So they put skin in the game. They put a little guarantee and say, hey, bring your money to us. But once again, life insurance and annuities. I'm going to go talk about life insurance. Life insurance have charges, right? They have fees that are not necessarily seen, right? And those expenses in the life insurance policy, especially if you're using whole life, uh, you know, there's mortality charges that could equal 2 to 4%. And then there's investment charges to grow the cash value that could equals 2+%. So in a life insurance policy, that cash is exposed to at least 4 to 6% of fees. So you got to watch the fees. So when you choose life insurance policy, where the term whole life IUL, you have to understand fees. Am I going to overcome these fees with my earnings, right? And then annuities. Annuity is strictly what we call safe money, right? You give them $100,000, they're going to guarantee you that money. They're going to give restrictions that you can't come and make a run on the bank. Then you'll get surrender charges. So that's one place that you can put your money to grow, but you need to understand the rules when you put your money in a life insurance or annuity, right? So am I creating taxes? Life insurance and annuity, they're tax deferred. So your earnings are growing tax deferred. That's a good thing. But if that's being offset by those fees, got to look at that in detail. The investment bank started in 1792. New York, that's the New York Stock Exchange. There's other stocks exchanges around the globe. So they offer stocks and bonds, mutual fund. They offer variable annuities, right? That's it. That's not the privy life insurance company. They don't offer variable annuities. Those are the investment bank area. So stocks and bonds. So companies, when they need to raise money, this is what they do. They sell stocks and bonds. Then they came up with a thing called mutual funds, so that they can offer percentage or percentile ownerships in the company and get more money, right? Variable annuities is just a product that they have because now it's exposed to the market. There's no guarantee. You can lose your complete principals. Then you have these fees, right? Mutual funds are laden with fees. So this is why I always recommend my clients get an S&P 500 index fund, right? The lowest fees available. And you reduce those funds, and definitely if you have them in a Roth IRA, now it's tax deferred. That sounds like the perfect vehicle to create wealth, right? No fees, right? Low fees, right? Tax deferred. That sounds like a winning instrument. So I tell folks, if you don't have a Roth IRA, you un-American. It's un-American not to have one of those. And then if you have a business, you can get a Roth 401k and add more money, and you keep that money to retirement, then you can take that money tax-free, right? So I definitely recommend a Roth IRA, and then the investment strategy. I recommend utilize the S&P 500 index, right? With that. So, what say you? Are these institutions, are they set up for you to get wealthy? Well, not really, but they can actually grow your money for you if you understand which institution you're dealing with. Am I going to deal with the life insurance institution? Am I going to deal with the investment bankers? Am I going to deal with the banks, right? Banks, life insurance companies, investment bankers, right? So let's give that to you one more again before we get out of here, so that you can understand, right, the intricacies of the financial institutions and their products, because they have designed these products, right, with them in mind first, you in mind second, right? So when you interact with them, you want to understand that the major impediments for me to create wealth for me and my family is taxes and fees. So is this product that I'm putting my money into, is it excessive taxes, or is it excessive fees, right? So we want to make sure that whenever we look at those things, if you go to the bank, whatever products that you utilize to grow your money at the bank is going to create taxes, right? Interest-bearing savings account, checking accounts, money market accounts, CDs, all those are going to give you a 1099 interest statement annually. Those taxes are due annually. So that's what you have to consider, right? So, the CD is offering me 6%, right? Well, that's before taxes. But taxes is a third. So now you got to look at, so what's my net, right? So I put in, they said they give me 6% on my $100,000, right? And I get $6,000 for the year, and I got to pay taxes on that $6,000, which is going to net that to about $4,000. So you got to understand there might be a better way, a better place to put that money, right? Life insurance, right? Well, for my estimation, as a life insurance producer for decades, when I sold it, I retired from doing that. But life insurance is to protect your life. I know people out here selling living benefits, and you can borrow from your life insurance policy, and yeah, all those things are features, right? But there's like a car. A car have a feature. The Mercedes have all those features. But I'm telling you, that Chevy will get you back and forth to that job for 30, 40 years, right? Okay, so you might not need all those bells and whistles. So that's a conversation you should have with your advisor, right? Annuities. Annuities are a savings account with the insurance people, and they say, hey, we're going to put some skin in the game. You give us your $100,000, we're going to guarantee it that it will never, ever lose any money if you follow these rules. So annuities have rules. They're going to say you can't make a loan on the bank. You can't pull but every 12 months, and there's a percentage that you can pull out, and the money that you accumulate in this annuity is tax deferred, right? So now you got that 6%, you'll get that whole $6,000, right, contributed to your account. So after 1 year in an annuity, you had $100,000. Now you'll have $106,000 with a CD at $100,000. You have $106,000, but you got to pay $6,000. You have to have $2,000 paid that year on the interest, right? So interest fees. So we got to be very cautious on what we're looking at: stocks, bonds, mutual funds, variable annuities. This is the privy of the investment banking, right? So now the stocks, ownership, bonds, ownership. So there's various types of bonds and stocks. Stocks, there's A shares, B shares, C shares, and their preferred stock, right? That's what the wealthy own, that preferred stock. Then there's bond, that's indebtedness. So that means that if a company goes bankrupt, they got to pay their preferred stock first, and then they'll come and pay the bonds people second, right? So there's a little security there. Mutual funds, nothing but a statement, right? No ownership certificate, none of that. All you're doing is getting a statement and participating in the growth of the American economy. That's why I recommend the S&P 500 index, because it's the top 500 companies, and they have averaged for the last 100 years 10% return annually, right? On average. Some years more, some years less. But if you go across any 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60-year period, in the long haul, you will win in the S&P 500 index fund. Then, of course, variable annuities, they have a life insurance component, they have that investment component, right? You can lose all your money. No skin in the game with that either, right? So you have to understand what you're dealing with, right? So listen, we started back our virtual workshops. We do them on Zoom. We're doing them 7 Tuesdays, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Of course, Joshua Pondexter at Gmail. If you want to get on my mailing list, send you the link to that Zoom class. They are totally complimentary, right? So there's no charge to you. Might be something you want to get into. So listen, if you like this type of content that we are producing, we ask you to subscribe if you're not subscribed, right? And if you really like it, you might want to get notified of all new content. So hit that notification button so you'll know when we go live, right? Or when we upload a new video. Once again, this is Investing 101, a beginner guide to grow your money. Do understand these are the places that you have to take your cash: banks, life insurance company, investment company. You need to understand the products that they offer, and you need to be able to analyze those products and look at the taxes that they create, right? And you need to look at the fees that they charge, right? So that's critical if you're going to build wealth, if you're going to build legacy. So this is, once again, it's a beginning conversation about building wealth. We talked about putting the money with financial institutions. Now we're going to talk about in coming episodes about putting that money into a business, investing into your business, investing into real estate, right? And understand, if you invest in real estate, you are creating not only more earnings, which is going to be tax, right? You're creating liability, right? Because you can get sued by the tenants, by other people. So now you got to protect those assets that you build in cash wise with your 401k, your investments, because you don't want those liabilities to spill over to your personal assets and destroy your future, destroy your legacy, right? So we'll be sharing information how to protect yourself on that also. Listen, appreciate you tuning in. This is what we have planned for you today. And thank you for giving me the excellent. I appreciate that, Sister Johnson. Always thank you for showing up. All right. So with that, we're going to wish you peace, love, and soul. Bye for now.